by Premier Boxing Champions. It will be the main event of a 3-fight card that comes your way that night that begins at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is 6 Pacific time. Tickets for this fight are on sale. You can purchase your tickets at AT&TCenter.com. The event is being promoted by Lions Only Promotions, TGB Promotions, and, of course, co-promoted by Mayweather Promotions. To be real with you, this is a fight that could have been a pay-per-view fight, and it is really just highlights what the midway point of a run that Showtime has had up until this point, bringing you live boxing and MMA events. We have brought you high stakes, meaningful championship unification fights, and it just shows why Showtime is the foremost authority when it comes to televising and bringing you boxing. This is what you want to see: champion versus champion. Unification fights are what we have prided ourselves on, especially this year in 2021. We've got another one right around the corner. Stephen Fulton will be taking on Brandon Figueroa. You will see that on Showtime Championship Boxing as well. But there's nothing like Undisputed, and there's nothing like when you have a champion taking on a champion. I'm going to interview both of these champions. You're going to hear from them as well. And then we're going to take questions from you, members of the media. All you have to do is hit the raise your hand icon there in the Zoom. Greg Domino from our sports communications department will acknowledge you. Just tell us who you represent and ask your question to the champion. So without further ado, let's hear from the fighters. And first, let me start with the WBO champion, the Brian Castano, 17-0-1. He comes from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Champ, if you would, let the people know how training camp has been going and your thoughts on facing Jermell Charlo for the Undisputed Championship in just 10 days.
Yeah, no, this is my opportunity for para mostrar, ¿no? Como se dice, this is my fight, the fight to my life, no? I am world champion, Charlo is world champion, the Undisputed is a 8-day, 10-day, no?
10 days.
I train him very hard every day, you know, every camp here in USA is 104% every day, 2 turns for day. You know, this is my era. I know this is my time. This fight is the more important for to my life. No. I hope the 17th July in Undisputed, you know, to my country, Argentina, for the Latin guys, no. This is my time. It's my time.
Fantastic. Thank you, champ. Again, you heard him say this is his time. This is what he's been working for. Mr. Castano told me as soon as this fight was made, he came right here to the States, and he's been training in Los Angeles ever since the fight has been made. And, of course, the WBO champ will step into the ring with the unified champ. He's known as the Iron Man. 34-1. He has 18 knockouts. He's the WBC, the IBF, the WBA super welterweight junior middle champion of the world. He is Jermell Charlo. If you would, champ has been going. Has it been different from camps you've had in the past? In your thoughts on facing Castano in just 10 days?
Yeah, we got 10 days. I'm excited. You know, this is the most important time of my life, time aspect, everything, you know, like I love it. I've been doing this my whole life since I was a little boy. You know, my experience in the ring as a professional, my experience outside the ring as a professional, just, you know, now is the time for me to you know, put my life on the line like I always do, you know. and Brian Castano, he gonna be there to put his up on the line as well, you know. And so I'm not gonna you know, it's no games. I've been training really hard, you know, like I put my all into training camp, you know. I added things that I knew could make me better, and I know for a fact this is it's going to be a beautiful fight.
Fantastic. Let's talk about this fight. And Brian, I'll start with you. And Martin Batir is here. He's going to translate for us as well. Martin, if you could ask Brian, what would it mean to him personally to become the undisputed champion of the world, and what would it mean to Argentina as well?
Bueno, acá lo que Brian Castro quería saber es qué significaría para vos.
This flag next to the American flag, we it's a big thing for me. You know, we eat different. I'm bred different. It's a legacy fight for me. It's a main thing that's gonna happen. I'm ready for it. I'm excited for it. I'm anxious for it. You know, I know what I possess in the ring. You know, I'm a possessed person. That's how I am. And so I know one thing about me is when it's time to fight, you know, instantly become the best warrior there is.
Martin, if you could ask Brian, when this fight was made, you know, obviously both fighters had a statement, and the champ said, quote, "I will win and Charlo will." What did he mean by that?
Bueno, cuando hace un tiempo dijiste, yo voy a ganar y me voy a asegurar de que Charlo va a sufrir. ¿Qué quisiste decir con eso?
Te lo contesto en castellano. Creo que, nada, voy a hacer mi trabajo. Él sabe que también soy un peleador que soy de meter presión también, y soy un boxeador peligroso. Creo que las peleas son peleas, siempre digo, ¿no? Él es un gran peleador, yo también, él es fuerte, yo soy fuerte, pero creo que él nunca se ha enfrentado a un boxeador de mis características. Sé que él ha dicho que no traigo nada que él no haya visto antes, pero bueno, peleas son peleas, y que creo que va a ser diferente, ¿no? El boxeo que le voy a meter el 17 de julio, creo que va a ser una gran pelea, y bueno, voy a demostrar todo mi trabajo, el campamento que hice todo este tiempo, y el camino largo que vengo haciendo para llegar a esta pelea. Realmente es el rival a vencer, y nada, estoy preparado.
Charlo is a great fighter, no doubt about it. But I came here to do my, and I'm gonna come forward, and I'm the type of fighter that goes and, you know, just goes after you. I go and I pressure you. And even though Charlo said that, you know, I have nothing that he hasn't seen before, he has never seen somebody with my fighting style. So I'm gonna try to do my best. This is the fight that I've been waiting for all my life. I have come a long way. I have had to do so much to get to where I want to be. Yes, Charlo is the opponent I have to beat. He is the opponent to beat. But I'm here to do my job. That's the bottom line.
Jermell, your response to that, because it seems like the champ says, hey, look, you know, you haven't seen a fighter like him, that he's going to pressure you, but you haven't seen the kind of pressure that he brings.
Man, I suffered my whole life. It's not nothing in this world can make me suffer more than what I've been through growing up, and a lot of things that we've been through. It's okay to not understand what I mean, but you know, Brian Castano is a hell of a fighter. Yes, he puts a lot of pressure. Yes, all of that. But I know my abilities, and I know my power, and I know my strength, and everything is dominant. Every punch is dominant. Every shot is painful, and I stand by that. And I'm not slow. I'm fast. I'm great for you. Everything. It's a lot of different unique abilities about me. And I'm gonna bring them out. I'm gonna bring some tricks to this fight, so they're gonna see that.
You know, Jermell, I want to follow up on that, because I was going through some of your past fights, you've had 13 knockdowns in your last 9 fights. Do you see yourself stopping Brian Castano in this fight?
Hey, I don't know. I don't know what it's. I never punched him yet, so I can't tell you what his chin to do when I do hit him. But I know he got good heart, so he'll get down and come right back. But who knows? You know, I gotta. You know, I do what I do, which y'all know I do. You know, if everybody in the world seen me before, they know what I do.
Martin, if you could ask Brian, you know, Charlo's had 13 knockdowns in his last 9 fights. Does he believe his power will be the main thing he needs to address in this fight?
Bueno, Brian, Charlo derribó 13 veces a sus rivales en las últimas 9 peleas que él disputó. Justamente recién decía que vos tenés un gran corazón y que quizás vos vas a poder responder a sus golpes que son siempre dolorosos, pero que al no verte golpeado todavía no lo sabe. ¿Vos crees que su poder, el poder de Charlo, es lo principal por lo que tenés que preocuparte el sábado 17 de julio?
Sí, seguro. Charlo es un boxeador con mucha potencia, obviamente. Lo ha demostrado en sus peleas que ha tirado a sus oponentes con una sola mano. Creo que es un boxeador que tiene fuerza. Él confía mucho en su pegada, pero bueno, yo tengo más cantidad de golpes y creo que por eso no estoy tirando a los rivales. Pero cuando yo me afirmo y tiro golpes más individuales, quedé tranquilo que también puedo tirarlos si quiero, obviamente, ¿no? Yo respeto siempre mi estilo y trato de hacer variaciones. Pero me gusta tirar muchos golpes, pero si me tengo que afirmar y jugar menos mano con más potencia, en un cruce se puede ir al piso también.
Absolutely, he's a very powerful guy. I've seen him, you know, just knock down anybody with just one punch. That's something to look out for. However, I have more of a variety in my arsenal than anybody he has fought before. And if I have to be more aggressive and try to go for more power instead of finesse, be rest assured that I can knock him down as well.
Wow. Mel, and first of all, let me thank you because I had you on the podcast. And one of the things you said is, quote, I've been training and trying hard for this fight and preparing for war. I'm going to be different. I'm going to be amazing, end quote. In what way? In what way will we see Jermell Charlo different and amazing compared to, let's say, when we saw you against Rosario, which was a really spectacular performance?
That's a secret that I like to not tell, but I've been feeling really, really, really good, like more than I've ever felt. I feel younger. I'm 31. I'm in my prime. I think that's maybe what I feel, and I feel that I feel stronger. Every time I fight, you know, I go right back to training camp and develop some of the things that I knew I could have done better. I'm not, you know, I'm not really. I'm ready. That's the thing about, you know, man. When I'm ready, I'm hungrier. Like I know he got a lot. Yeah, he want to win. You know, I got the belts. You know, I got the belts. I got the other belts. He got one belt. I'm ready to take that strap too. So I know what I know what I gotta do. I know he come. Yeah, I know he fight. I'll pay attention. You know, they was fighting. You know, and had to get ready to fight me. I got Rosario out the way. And I didn't just sit around and, you know, waste time. You know, I worked. You know, so I've added things to my camp. There's so much I've done, so many different things. When I added Juan Guzman, I added, you know, different training regiments. Recovery is important. You know, this is the fight. This is the one.
Martin, if you could ask Brian, listen, he fought just once in 2016, 2017, 2018. He fought twice in 2019 and didn't fight at all last year. Will inactivity or rust be an issue at all in this fight?
Bueno, acá la pregunta es la siguiente. Peleaste una vez entre el 2016 y 2018, una vez cada año. 2019 peleaste 2 veces. El año pasado no
Sí.
peleaste. Ahora, ¿sentís que esa inactividad, esa falta de continuidad te va a pasar factura?
No, no, no. No, really no. The one fight for year for me is it's normal. No, no, no. No change the distance. I training every day, sparring every day, 3 times in the weeks. You know, this for me it's the same. No, no fight 1 year, 2 years. No, ¿cómo se dice que no cambia? Para mí no me cambia realmente.
The lack of the lack of activity doesn't fit in the list.
Aparte acabo de pelear en marzo, en febrero. My last fight in February is I come into activity training car. My last camp is six month training here every day. Car and repose and rest 1 month and come back. You know, I had good. I feel good. I feel good. The distance, the sparring, the training. I am. I had 31 years. No, I feel in my best moment. I feel good. I feel good for this fight. You know, I have one bet, only one bet, but it's sufficient. ¿Cómo se dice enough? It's enough for me. No, you know, I waited for Charlo in July 17 and taking the 4 bet.
Martin, you wanted to expound on that at all?
No, he said he said pretty clearly that he's been training 2 days lately, that he feels like he's in rhythm and that he's coming for the 4 belts, just like he said. So there's not much to expand based on what he just said.
Okay, so guys, we'll wrap it up with this and now let members of the media ask you some questions. Mel, let me start with you. I think a number of people want to know, you win this fight, you become the undisputed champion. Do you stay at 154 and just defend the belts, or do you move up? Because it seems like generally whether it's Bud Crawford, even Taylor's talked about it, guys who've become undisputed have immediately, moved up in weight. Will you stay at 154, defend all 4 belts, or do you move up if you become the undisputed champ?
Right now, I don't know what happens next. I can only focus on what's in front of me. I'm tunnel visioned out, and this is something that I want right now, and I don't see anything outside of Brian Castano.
Got it. And Martin, same question for the champ. Ask him if he becomes the undisputed champ, does he stay at 154 and defend these belts, or does he move up?
Bueno, digamos que tu sueño se hace realidad y es hora de Brian Castano campeón unificado. ¿Qué pasaría en el futuro? ¿Te quedás a defender tus 4 cinturones en las 154 libras o te pasás a las 160?
Yo prefiero.
¿Qué es lo que te...
I prefer thing in this fight, no? My focus in this fight, no? Charlo, and nothing yet. No. This is my fight. My fight first is Charlo. I think this fight, this camp. After the fight, I don't know. But my first focus is Jermell, no?
Got it. First focus is Charlo. Martin, can you ask him what can he guarantee people when they watch Showtime Championship Boxing on July 17th? What can Brian Castano guarantee boxing fans?
Bueno, cuando la gente se sintoniza Showtime Championship Boxing el 17 de julio, ¿qué es lo que le podés garantizar al hincha, a la afición de cualquier país, de cualquier lugar que se esté sintonizando esta pelea, cuando vea a Brian Castano pelear el sábado 17 de julio?
Que voy a dejar el alma, el corazón y voy a dejar todo para salir campeón indiscutido y cumplir mi sueño.
I can guarantee that I'm gonna bear my soul, that I'm gonna leave my heart out there and do my absolute best to become the undisputed unified champion on Saturday, July 17th.
Mel, we'll do the same to you, and we'll get to members of the media. What can you guarantee people that they will get on July 17th when they tune in to see who's going to become the undisputed champion?
You'll guarantee a more developed Jermell Charlo. You'll guarantee a top pound-for-pound fighter. I'm going to guarantee you guys that at any moment, any mistake, the night could be over with.
Wow. I know members of the media have got questions for you guys, so let's get right to them. Greg Domino from our communications department will acknowledge you, and please just tell us who you're with and then ask your question to the champion. So, Greg, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Brian. First question comes from Dan Rayfield.
Hello, everybody. I'm here writing for the Ring Magazine. Good to talk to you guys. My question, a couple questions for Jermell. Brian alluded to this about the rarity of there being an undisputed champion in this weight division. The last time in 154 was in 2004, 17 years ago, when Winky Wright fought Shane Mosley, and Winky Wright won and then won the rematch. I wonder if you've given any thought to the historical magnitude of this fight. I know it's the thing right in front of you, but in the long view, this is a very uncommon thing. That was in the 3-belt era. This is the 4-belt era. Tell me your thoughts about the historical magnitude of what you're about to partake in.
I mean, this is a major fight. You know, it's history for me and my family. It's history for me and my brother. It's history just for me and my everybody, you know, that I represent, or that represents me, my city of Houston, people that's just been supporting me for all of these years. And it's just like, you know, it was due time, you know, to get in there and fight somebody. So now I'm here. You know, it's the time to let this moment just settle in. Nobody's ever done it, you know, since those days. And when they did do it, it wasn't 4 belts. But like the belts aren't on my mind. The belts are not on my mind. The money, none of that's on my mind. What's on my mind is this fight and the legacy behind this fight and what I do when I got to get in that ring. So I know the belt's going to be there. The trophies, there's trophies, you know, and you people, y'all make up these media about who the best and who ain't the best. So it's no union in this sport. So y'all just run y'all mouth and y'all just ask questions, but y'all really don't give people the accolades and the shit that they deserve, especially the company that y'all are working with. And it's okay. That's why I fight. That's the reason why I got this hunger in my heart.
Well, you mentioned about legacy, Jermell, and just to go back to that last time, there was an undisputed championship fight in this weight class. Winky Wright, that was probably the biggest win of his career. And even though he was a great fighter besides that, he basically rode that victory and the rematch victory into the Hall of Fame. Have you ever given any thought about this type of accomplishment as such a massive aspect of what could potentially put you in the Hall of Fame?
And this could be the fight, you know. This could be the fight that put us in the Hall of Fame. I mean, I won the world title at the same weight division with my brother. That was legacy moments as well. So, I mean, I don't know when it's going to be enough for you guys, but y'all not getting in the ring, so y'all really don't understand. So, truthfully, to be honest with you, this fight is right. This the one that I need. This the one that I want.
We also mentioned about the folks who make pound for pound lists and that sort of stuff. I've seen the name Charlo, you and your brother, sporadically here and there on different lists, but not that high and not on every list, surprisingly.
We're not like fighters, you know.
Well, I like you guys.
You know.
Tell me what you.
Of course, but we're not the fighters that you would, you know. It's because of who we are, I guess. You know, like the things about us and certain things. You know, I guess you gotta win them over the skills been paying the bills, like I said before. But because of the personalities and the demeanors, the Charlos and being a twin, you know, I guess some of those things like that, because it's 2 of us, you know, and everybody don't got a twin, so it make you not like the twin. So, you know, like, but we do put the fight on, and we make sure that we bring all, you know, we put our balls on the line, dog. You said our family is in front of us, so we got to make sure that we feed them.
Well, what I was going to conclude the question with was this: if you win this fight, do you believe that is, without question, I know you think you belong in all those pound for pound lists already. That's the ultimate stamp. You become
I thought it was
undisputed.
one list. I thought it was only one list. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why is it all those pound for pound lists?
Well, there's different
matter
media
to me.
outlets.
That don't
Well,
matter.
just in general, Jermell, is this the win that you put you 100%? Nobody can dispute that you're on a pound for pound list.
I had 35 fights in my career. 35 fights. So, I mean, you could choose whichever one you want.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Good luck in the fight, my man.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. Next, we'll go to Mark Lowen, Sporting News.
Hey, Jermell, how's it going, man?
I'm great.
We're in a time where a lot of boxers are chasing greatness. So what would it mean to you during this particular time? Would it be that much more special to you to be crowned undisputed?
Absolutely. It would be a very special moment. Not a lot of people get these opportunities. And, I think that, this fight is going to solidify a lot of different things in people's mind about the Charlos. They're going to know the difference between me and my brother. It's a lot of different things. The reason why this fight is important.
A minute ago, you said that it was interesting. You said that we're not liked. I think that you and your brother are very liked in this sport, and you're growing in popularity. So can you elaborate on that a bit?
I did. I spoke about personalities, and I spoke about certain things. I get it. We speak our minds. We say what we want to say. And if there was another Jermell Charlo around, I'd probably be having a grudge against him as well. So it's okay to understand that everybody in this world, it don't matter if they like you. If you're not of this world, you're not supposed to worry about what they think or feel about you anyways.
Got you. My last thing is, in his build-up to his fight last month, Jermell was very candid in saying that he misses having you around. How do you feel about that? And how has that distance affected you as a person?
Well, I feel like you get too comfortable anyways when people are around you and you so used to them being around all the time. So the more times you by yourself and you at the leading the race and you keep working and you keep pushing yourself, sometimes you'd surpass people and outlap them so many times. So it's okay to be, distance and then come back. We link back up. Those moments are better,
Thank you. I appreciate it. Best of luck.
Sure.
Thanks, Mark. Next question comes from Ben Baby of ESPN.
Hey, Jermell. For the record, we've got you number one at 154. Just so we're very clear here.
What about
number
your pound for pound list?
Who's your? Let me put it this way: who do you think your best?
Who created your list? Who created your list?
I created my list.
Oh, the pound for pound list?
I'm on the pound for pound ranking.
Okay. Well, I got 3 belts. You know what I'm saying? Right, I got the linear champion. I beat the number 2 guy. You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to maybe y'all didn't know that.
Well, we didn't have Josh Taylor up high on that list until he disputed until he unified as well and became.
He was on there before. He fought.
He was lower on there. But that being said, so if you want to go that route, we can go that route. What do you think up into this date is your best win? What's your best win? What should we look at when I'm looking at making my pound for pound list? What win should I go? You know what? That's Jermell.
Have you watched? I don't know how many fights have you watched me fight.
I've seen a good amount.
I didn't been a guy that's been down on the cards and came back with a knockout. I done been a guy that's been, I done fought some of the toughest guys. Y'all got to remember some of the people that I fought and who they fought. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not judgmental on y'all sites or whoever. I just know for a fact that, I do get a lot of people that write me. They always telling me about, the only people that don't really put y'all on y'all list is ESPN. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. That don't make me mad. It don't do nothing to me. Y'all don't pay no bills in my house, and y'all probably y'all create y'all list every day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all change y'all list every time somebody fights. So that's y'all job, dog. I don't care about that. I'm gonna get in there and do some dangerous stuff, and you don't even gotta you could boycott me off your list like y'all been, whatever the case is, So I don't care about that. I'm 154 Jermell Charlo, and I stand for my grounds for who I am. As long as, like I said, I'm making the people around me happy, and the peers and my coaches and the people that are telling me what to do, and they're satisfied with it, and I give my all. Your list don't matter.
And I respect that. I appreciate that. I think we all go about our job.
It's not like we getting extra dollars because y'all made up a list that say who the best and who not the best. I believe Canelo #1 right now.
Right.
Honestly.
Oh, I agree.
I know who y'all got.
He's #1 on mine over Buddy, even though he's a top ranked guy. But all of that being
But y'all have Terrence Crawford like really, really, really high. I mean, did y'all look at his opponents and who he fought?
I'd love to
I know
see him.
Kell Brooks was I know Kell Brooks was a dangerous fighter, you know, and I believe Kell Brooks was a great fighter that he beat. But my bad. I don't want to throw out names. I don't got time to drama, but I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think a lot of people say the same things you do. But I wanted to really ask you about there's a lot of guys who don't necessarily pursue undisputed titles, unified titles. There's some people it's not important to them. Why is it important to you? You have 3 of the 4 belts. Why is it important for you to go get that 4th one that you don't have?
Well, I mean, I'm not getting any younger, and these are goals to accomplish. And these are things that I would love to put my body and my mind to, you know. And so if I put my body and my mind to it, my heart gonna follow. And this is something that I need the most, you know. Not necessarily the belts, you know, just some legacy shit, like something that I feel like I could stand strong on, you know, later in my life, show my kids, you know, accomplishing something that a lot of people doubt you on. A lot of people don't want to see you win. A lot of people don't want to see you even at the top of it.
All right. Appreciate your time. Good luck to you.
Then next question comes from Jose Ramirez.
This question's for Brian. Buenas tardes, campeón. José Ramírez con deportesunt.net. ¿Cómo se encuentra?
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias.
Muy bien, Brian. Miramos que tienes un excelente equipo con Sebastián Contursi a la cabeza, tu padre, Charlie y Matías, tus manejadores. Habló Jermell que él se siente que está en lo más alto de su nivel físico y carrera. Brian está también a ese nivel, se siente de ese nivel a su mejor nivel de lo que es en su carrera. Muchísimas gracias.
Sí, sure. Yo me siento en mi mejor momento. Por eso agarré la pelea contra Jermell. Realmente creo que es lo que estaba buscando. Luego de Texera, yo sabía, mi mente era esta pelea, ¿no? Estoy en mi mejor momento. Creo que hemos hecho un gran trabajo junto a Sebastián, que es mi manager, mi padre, Carlos Castaño, Matías Servín, el conditioning coach. Y nada, hemos trabajado muy duro para este momento y creo que me agarran en el mejor momento de mi carrera, ¿no? Esta pelea.
Una pregunta más.
Espera que traduzco la primera pregunta. So the first question was for Brian, whether since Charlo had he feels that he is at the peak of his abilities, does Castano feel like he's in the prime of his career? Brian said that absolutely. That's why he looked for this fight. This is the fight he had been looking for because he is in the best moment of his career and he plans to take advantage of it. And he's very appreciative of what his team, led by manager Sebastián Contursi, by his trainer, which is his father, Carlos Castaño, and his brother Matias, who also helps out. It's all a team effort, and fans are gonna be able to see how good he's able to be next Saturday night. Ahora sí, seguí.
Sí, Brian, la última pregunta. Se está mencionando mucho en lo que es la conferencia que entraran las listas del mejor libra por libra. ¿A Brian le interesa mucho estar en las listas del mejor libra por libra o le interesa más este triunfo para que resalte más lo que es el boxeo de Argentina y atraiga a futuros más campeones? Muchísimas gracias.
No, sí, obviamente. Yo voy por la gloria. Voy por hacer historia en las 154 libras, más allá de la pelea que obviamente vamos a dejar todo, ¿no? Pero sí, quiero quedar en la historia del boxeo latinoamericano y de mi país y ser el mejor libra por libra también. ¿Por qué no?
Well, the question was to say that, whether Brian is more focused on eventually being featured among elite at the pound for pound rankings, or whether he's more focused in trying to be one of the best ever in Argentinian boxing. And Brian's answer was, why not have it all? I'm going for glory here. I want to be the first in history to win the unified championship in the 154-pound division, and also be one of the best Argentinian and Latin American boxers that ever existed. So I'm going for it all. I'm going to leave it all out there on Saturday night, and there is no reason why I can't be both one of the best pound for pound fighters. Sorry about that, and also one of the best Argentinian boxers ever.
Muchísimas gracias, Brian, y suerte el próximo próximo día de la pelea. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you.
Muchísimas gracias, un placer.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Cole Weston, Boxing World Weekly.
Hey guys, Brian, this one's for you first. You beat a similar-sized opponent in your last fight against Teixeira. What kind of things goes into this fight with Charlo that is kind of similar to Teixeira or different from Teixeira?
Tu oponente más reciente, Teixeira, es bastante similar en altura y talla a Charlo. ¿Cuáles son las similitudes y cuáles son las diferencias que ves entre Teixeira y Charlo?
No, Teixeira y Charlo is two opponents different, no? Teixeira is a little menos strong, no? Teixeira is moving more. He boxing a little bit more large. I think so, no? So it's different. It's different. Charlo is different. Charlo is more strong, more aggressive, no? It's two fight different, you know.
Perfect. And then Charlo, for you, Castano is probably one of the smaller guys in your recent bouts. You're used to fighting guys that are your size or even bigger sometimes. So is there something different in this camp for you that has gone into training for a smaller opponent?
Just spar with shorter people. Nothing different. Just, you know, everybody want to come. Everybody going to come. It's all right. We've been there before.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Next question comes from Salvador Rodriguez, ESPN Deportes.
Saludos, ¿cómo están? Hello, Jermell Charlo, good luck in your fight. But I have two questions for Brian Castano. I expect that the help for Martín Bater. Brian, un saludo. Te deseamos lo mejor en esta pelea también como a Jermell. Con el corazón en la mano, si llegas a ganarle a Jermell Charlo como esperas este 17 de julio, sí, ¿será igual o más grande que si Messi y la selección de Argentina ganen el próximo Mundial de Fútbol?
Creo que la felicidad va a ser la misma, pero son dos deportes diferentes, ¿no? En el fútbol son 11 contra 11 y cuando estás cansado uno pasa la pelota. En el boxeo no, en el boxeo sos 1 contra 1 y donde estás cansado, donde más tenés que apretar y dejar ese plus, ¿no? Ese fuego que uno tiene que explotarlo al máximo para rendir y dejar todo en cada pelea, que es como hacemos nosotros, ¿no? Es un deporte muy individual que depende de uno mismo.
Pero la gloria es la misma, ¿no? Se apunta a la gloria.
La gloria va a ser la misma, la satisfacción va a ser la misma.
Salvador Rodriguez from ESPN Deportes was just asking whether if Castano wins next Saturday and becomes the undisputed champion, is that gonna eclipse even a potential Argentina World Cup title next year? And what Brian said was that the glory will be the same for both accomplishments. However, soccer is different in the way that you have 10 other people that you can rely on. So Salvador was mentioning how Messi is also changing glory, right? So Brian was saying that Messi has 10 teammates that he can pass the ball to when things get tough. But when he's in the ring, he's all on his own. Boxing is more of an individual challenge, where when he's up against the ropes, he has to get out of it by himself. And soccer is more of a team game, not to take away anything from soccer, but just two different situations. However, the two titles, the glory, the excitement, it will be the same.
Y segunda pregunta y última, Brian. Más allá de ser el primer campeón indiscutido en la 154, más allá de ser el campeón indiscutido con los 4 títulos en Argentina, creo que esta vez vas a llevar a una bandera latinoamericana por delante, ¿no? Tratar de convertirse en el primer púgil nacido en Latinoamérica en ostentar los 4 títulos. ¿Cómo se siente esta vibra?
Sí, la verdad que sí, estoy muy contento por eso también, ¿no? Por mi pueblo latino, por toda la gente que me apoya y que me da esa buena vibra a la distancia, estando yo acá en Estados Unidos también. Hay muchos latinos que se acercan al gimnasio a alentarme, a echarme porra, tanto por las redes sociales. La verdad que sí, es muy fuerte, ¿no? Para todo, para mi país y para mi gente, los latinos, mi equipo, para mí, más que nada también, ¿no? Creo que es una gran oportunidad y como digo siempre, el tren pasa una vez y hay que subirse. Yo ya estoy subido arriba del tren y estoy aprovechando este momento. Estoy a días de concretar una pelea más importante de mi vida y con ello estoy tomando el trabajo, las precauciones necesarias para salir victorioso el 17. ¿no?
Well, the question from Salvador was whether, regardless of how he will become the first undisputed champion at the 154-pound division, he's not just representing Argentina. This time, he's representing all the Latin American boxers because he will become the first Latin American undisputed champion winning 4 belts. So Brian was saying that it is something that it means a lot to him. It elicits very strong emotions in him because he has seen how Latin fighters from all corners of America, from central to south, have come up to him in the gym or on social media and expressed their support. So he doesn't want to let them down. And he feels an immense amount of pride in that. And he feels ready to step up to the challenge once fight time begins.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias, Chava.
Okay, thank you. And the
Thank
last
you.
question here comes from Greg Luca, San Antonio Express News.
Hey, yeah, this question is for Brian. I know I saw in a previous interview you mentioned Manu Ginobili in connection to San Antonio and the Spurs. I'm just curious, do you have any relationship with him, or is he an important figure to you that adds some inspiration to this fight?
Bueno, que él es del San Antonio Express y te ha escuchado mencionar a Manu Ginobili en entrevistas previas y quiere saber si primero que nada lo conoces y segundo, qué significa él para vos como figura del deporte argentino, ¿no? Como ícono.
Sí, a Manu Ginóbili realmente no lo conozco personalmente, conozco todas sus hazañas, realmente él representa al deporte argentino nacional a nivel olímpico y mundial, ¿no? Creo que para nosotros es de los deportistas más grandes de los últimos tiempos y nada, él creo que hoy en día está en Miami y no creo que esté presente en la pelea, pero realmente para nosotros es un ícono para la Argentina como deportista y como persona, ¿no?
I haven't had the chance to meet him. I know that he's with the Argentinian nationals basketball team right now in Vegas, Olympic training camp, helping out with that. But he's an icon in Argentinian sports. He's one of the best ever. And what he represents is iconic both as an athlete and as a person. And he has both my admiration and my respect.
Anything else, Greg?
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Brian, I'll toss it back to you.
Okay, thank you very much. And champs, thank you. We'll get a final word here for Brian Castano. Martin, you just asked him as we wrap this up. There's been a lot of talk about the importance of this fight, but when we think about 154, first name I think about, and a lot of people think about, is Jermell Charlo, and then they go right to, a Jarrett Hurd, a Julian Williams, and others. What does the champ think, and what is he hoping that people come away with about Brian Castano after they see him fight on July 17th?
Bueno, para terminar acá, Brian, Castro dice que la gente cuando piensa en la división de las 154 libras, piensa en los Charlo, piensa en un Jared Hurd, piensa en un Williams, pero quizás no te tiene tan registrado. ¿Qué esperás que la gente piense sobre vos después de verte pelear el sábado que viene? ¿Qué esperás? ¿Qué tipo de legado pensás dejar dentro del ring?
No, creo que esta es una pelea para que me conozcan un poco más, ¿no? Obviamente mucha gente que no me conoce, pero bueno, intentando abrir camino y también es por el hecho que he peleado poco, porque también me ofrecían otras peleas que a mí no me gustaban en el sentido que no me daban nada, eran rivales de poco nombre y que realmente no, sin desmerecer no valía la pena. Yo buscaba otro estilo otros boxeadores de elite, ¿no? Tratar de intentar medirme con los mejores. Creo que esta va a ser la pelea para mostrar y dejar en claro que soy uno de los mejores de las 154 libras y nada, el 17 de julio lo vamos a demostrar.
Well, I'm aware that people may not know me, but I'm here to chart my own path, to pay my own way. And I know that I haven't fought that much lately, and maybe that's part of the reason why people don't know me that much. But I turned down a lot of fights against opponents that, not to take anything away from them, but that they weren't of the caliber that I wanted to face. My goal has always been to go up against the best of the best, the elite of my division. And now I have that chance. And I'm going to prove why I deserve that chance on Saturday night, on July 17th, and show people why I'm worth following and being accounted for in the future.
Fantastic. And Mel, we'll wrap it up here with you. Listen, at 154 in the past, it seemed like belts were just getting passed to one guy, to the next guy, to the next guy, to the next guy. Now, all of a sudden, and you should know this, if you're a lion, there can only be one king of the jungle. On July 17th, there's an opportunity to say, I am the king of the jungle. Give us your final word on what what this fight means on July 17th on Showtime Championship Boxing.
Well, my safari is lit, and we're going to come on to San Antonio and prove what we all worthy of. We're going to stand in there and be a dog, and we're going to move. We're going to make our decisions. We're going to adjust. We're going to have our fun. We're going to enjoy July 17th.
Well, there you have it, guys. Again, it is July 17th, Showtime Championship Boxing for the 154-pound undisputed championship of the world. You have Jermell Charlo, the Iron Man, taking on Brian Castano for all of the belts. It will be the main event of a 3-fight card that comes your way at 9 o'clock Eastern. That is 6 o'clock Pacific time, only on Showtime Championship Boxing. I'm Brian Custer. We'll see you next week from San Antonio during fight